morning. I'm in San Felipe. Finally made it from the Abra coast to Sea of Cortez coast, and I'm staying at Lapa Lapas RV and campground. It's very cool. I'll fly and show around. I wanted to be at a wild spot yesterday and it got a little sketchy. I'll tell you a story. So I was gonna go to a place north of San Felipe. It's supposed to be just a turn off from highway. You drive, different little kind of routes on a not loose sand but very sandy road, and eventually you end up on the beach. And it's a huge beach. You got probably about a kilometer one way when you get out, a kilometer or more probably the other way, but it was already dark. So unlike all the suggestions not to drive in the darkness that people said, I kind of figured if I'm not gonna start traversing at night, or not at night but when it's dark, and it's dark here at 5 o'clock already, so potentially that whole evening is like I can't really do anything, which is ridiculous. So I'm gonna stop doing that. I need some of that time, at least 3-4 hours of that time, to traverse places, which makes it hard to find a camp in the evening, of course. Well, maybe I'll not do it all the time, but once in a while, kind of what I did with getting to San Felipe, maybe I'll do once in a while some of these stretches during the night. So I'm driving to this place. From sun, got out to the beach, very loose sand. So I managed to check out one side, then another side, almost got stuck and decided not to proceed further to explore. Like, yeah, last thing I want is to be stuck in the darkness here. After that cruising around on the beach, I actually decided to get out from that area and explore a little more on kind of like side roads before getting to the beach. And there was a truck and a boat platform standing there, no one around, no lights, nothing, no people. And I'm like, okay, so that's probably what people mentioned about in iOverlander app about this location, that there are illegal boaters, illegal fishermen doing some fishing and picking up their stuff in the middle of the night. But don't be alarmed, it's all good, and you know, nothing happens, they don't touch you. Oh yeah, by the way, this RV here, these guys are from BC as well. And there's another guy there on the Jeep, he's from BC as well, and he's traveling to Guatemala. Did some cruising in Utah. Yeah, and so I decided to, you know, go back to the highway, or towards the highway, to look for one of the spots. And before I know it, there's lights behind me coming from the beach area, right? There was no one around, no other cars except that truck with no people in it, at least not that I see. Maybe they hit down, I have no idea. The light is approaching, so I increased speed on all this off-road, you know, like all these sandy bumps and stuff. The lights are getting even closer to me around all these turns, like he's really tailing me at this point. And that's where my heart started going like, what the hell is going on, right? Like, you know what, I'm not gonna stop to figure out or ask hello. So I kind of just took a right turn at some point and kind of jumped over some little hill, whatever, and he kind of, from headlights that I saw, he kind of tried to do the same thing and then stopped, and that's how I separated from headlights from the back. Then it became a dead end at some point. I cruised around, I got onto the main sort of off-road road and got out onto the highway. And I was like, whoa, okay, you know, I think I'll, even though it was already like 10:30 in the evening, like I still got time. I can drive to San Felipe and maybe let's see if there's an official RV or a campground spot for you know, Americans, Canadians that travel here, because I know in a bunch of these touristy towns here there's lots of kind of not lots, but there are RV parks here for people, for Westerners from, you know, gringos like us. So I arrived in San Felipe. This is Lapalapas RV park, which is cool. We got a little platform on top. So the plan for today, I'll drive to Baja de Los Angeles. I'm not sure how long the drive is, probably 5 hours or so. Well, I'm gonna chill here, fly the drone. I don't know, maybe even do fishing. It definitely need to traverse to Baja de Los Angeles, keep going south, because of Baja 500, unsuccessful 3-4 gated attempts. I'm completely abandoning the whole Baja 500, and if I bump into a couple of gates in Baja 1000, which is actually I think from San Felipe, I can start taking it, going down. And if I start bumping into a couple of gates there, I'm just gonna abandon the whole off-road idea for this trip and just start doing beach hopping, which may become a little bit of off-roading in itself anyway, but any purposeful attempts at off-roading, if they're gonna be my you know, time blockers and inconvenience, yeah, I'll just can it. I'll make it more touristy kind of getaway. Alright, check this bad boy out from BC. Got rooftop tent going on, light bars, of course his high winch, or what do you call it, high lift jack, dark side. Actually, I forgot to ask him if he's a Star Wars geek. He's gotta be with that thing. So that's kind of cool morning wake up. I'm just hanging out with guys from Oregon and BC, and apparently that neighboring campground, Kiki's, there's probably like 7 or 8 RVs with BC license plates. There's definitely more Canadians here than Americans, and probably more south, same situation. It's kind of cool. Just hanging out basically with BC guys most of the time here. So we've got Brad here, Victor. Brad as well. Brad.
Brad. Doing the dishes, we got drunk last night.
And this is a morning hangout here. Some coffee and valuable lessons being learned here from veterans.
Veterans, yeah. This is our first time down here.
Oh yeah, these guys are from Oregon. He's from Utah, I think, and Brad there is from BC.
Yeah, we want to go spend some time up in Canada. But we gotta go back and refigure our trailer. Refigure our size of what we want to get.
We're gonna downsize. Either that or like
yeah.
You need to put some off-road tires in that thing.
And
give it a lift.
Off-ride tires.
Oh yeah.
It's got the lift.
I've seen them. I've seen people do like different suspension stuff on this regular RV.
Really? Well, he changed it. I mean, repaired it all, the shocks, and we put all new tires on. And
Mr. Family Man is coming from BC. Forgot your name?
It's Jeff.
Jeff. I'm gonna stick around here today in San Felipe and not gonna traverse to Gonzaga Bay or Baja de Los Angeles. I'm gonna hang out with those guys from BC, but the main reason is, well, I still need to do right now a little bit of, since I'm hanging around, I use this time to go to the city and get a little bit of food, stock up, maybe even stop at the restaurant, pick something for the evening. They gave me beer money, so I need to buy beers, all that. But the main thing why I'm gonna stick around, and I was about to leave actually right now, is this. I noticed the gap between the basket and this is way too far apart now, so it wasn't even like that yesterday. So things slid sideways, like I need to address this issue and make things a little tighter or something. Basically, yeah, I need to pop some beers and start working on rearranging, tightening, and moving some of this stuff. San Felipe Promenade. Alright, I'm here at Baja Mar. I just did shopping at, forgot the name of the supermarket. So I got beers for those guys, they gave me money and I got restocked. Problem is I drained already my battery. Well, I can start and all that, but my fridge shut down today because I had lights all going on. I had the thing open while the sun was shining, so it kept on working and I was charging devices. So I need to ride around for a little bit. I may even unload beers for them and maybe ride around a little bit, or I could plug the fridge to my father's supplied power supply. In fact, I'll probably do that. I just want to grab some food at this point. Just went into Mail's washroom and I was like, can I be here? Check it out. There's like tools and paints, but washroom is still usable. Alright, gonna have myself a shrimp enchilada and Mexican combo, some chicken, beef taco and all that good stuff to go. This is actually gonna be my first real Mexican meal in Mexico, and this is my third day now. I think it's the third day. Is it? That's the thing with long vacations, you start losing track of time. I'm kind of jealous of those two British Columbian guys. My thing will end in 13. In 13 days I'll have to be at the Mexican border, so I have 2 days to cross back. So I still have about 12-13 days to head south. While waiting for food, I decided to check whatever I got in the back, all the tools and fins and clamps, and I figured I need to hold something, well, hold the clamps for the reverse so we're not sliding anymore somehow, because this stuff is heavy, it keeps sliding sideways on bumps. Nothing's preventing it, it's just like grabbing part of that sort of plastic rubbery thing, it just like keeps going through it and destroying it. So I asked a woman at the restaurant what the hell is hardware store is called in Spanish, and it's Tierra de Materiales de Construcción. So I arrived at the shop here. Here we go. Let's get some clamps or something. Oh, there's some tools here, but nothing I can find that is I needed. I don't see any U-joints. I was thinking U-joints to tighten, kind of like how my lights are sitting on the side. Similar U-joints type of stuff. As luck would have it, they of course don't have anything I need here, but he said go to the boatyard shop by the sea here, they may have something. It's called Provedora, something, so I'll drive there. Alright, yeah, I got it in the first time. Actually, it does say Provedora. Provedora de Equipos something. So let's see what they got here. I guess that's all they have is pretty much more U-joints like this, which actually might be, no, that's kind of tight, it's a little smaller. Damn it, yeah. Okay, let's see if he's got something bigger. Silly me. So this way it doesn't fit like this, but if I go that way I should be able to tighten it pretty nicely. So I'll get I'll go on both sides, like here and on the other side and here and there, and also the basket. I'll rearrange everything. So I need let's see, 2, 4, 8. Yeah, this on the pod side will be a little tricky because I don't want to bend the plastic here. I'll get 8. Actually 16, just in case. 16 of these suckers. That's a whole lot of U-joints. I basically emptied right there their whole stash.
600 pesos.
Oh, I'm sure I got special price because I'm white in here. But 15 of these suckers turned out to be 600 pesos. That's it's like 35 bucks American. I mean, these things aren't cheap in Canada either. It's probably like $3 a pop, but still, it's definitely pricey here. And I took a whole stash. Alright, let's go back to the camp, deploy gears, and we need to start working. Alright, well, before that work begins and sun is kind of going down, I'm back with Oregon crew and British Columbians. A little party, I think there's gonna be some shrimp going on, and time to chill. I like it. I got 13 days, should be fine. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Buddy, don't be afraid of that thing. It's okay.
Pepito! It's okay. I heard about Doug.
Jasper's. Pepito, what are you scared
I act like I think halfway.
Watch this, look up.
Oh,
So camp was really quiet until the Canadians showed up.
He's like, you stinker. He's like, I'm gonna go get him.
Sucker.
Next door.
Little Pepito. Hey comrades, don't forget to hit that like button and also leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you should by hitting that subscription button and also bell notification next to it, so you can actually get my video updates both in notification in your video feed, and as well you can support this channel if you like my videos through PayPal or Patreon in the links down below or just after this video.